No radiator, no.
Evening, Ryan here. Today I'll be demonstrating how to make the Island Breeze cocktail. Brought to you by Island Blends, natural vibes, roots out of Boardwalk, St. Catherine. It's gonna be an exciting and delicious cocktail, so stay tuned. You'll see what's coming up soon. Bill. Evening, Ryan here. Today I'll be demonstrating how to make the Island Breeze cocktail. Brought to you by Island Blends, natural vibes, roots out of Boardwalk, St. Catherine. It's gonna be an exciting and delicious cocktail, so stay tuned. You'll see what's coming up soon.
Good night. This is March 3rd. Yes, March 3rd, 2021. Time is flying very fast, my Facebook family. Just want to welcome you to my Perspective show this Wednesday night. Another episode. Wow, time is flying so fast, my brothers and sisters on Facebook. But tonight's show, it's all about, I'm going to start looking different tonight. Before I start, it's just getting myself organized here. But tonight's show is going to take a little different twist because there are some things I want to talk about. Very unusual, maybe, is back in Jamaica. And, for the past week, we have there's been this, we call it, new sensation on Facebook, or I would say someone making news. Yes, and I want to just move over and while I talk. So this is a gentleman that is making news in Jamaica right now. Yes, Mr. Squaddy, Officer Riley. He's been making news and making the rounds in social media. They have really make a mockery of him and give him a lot of bantering for his actions. Yes. Squaddy was reportedly caught. Well, there is a video circulating on social media with Squaddy, I must say, yes, I'm going to say it, having oral sex with this lady in his uniform. He was videotaped, yes, by the lady who was enjoying herself. So he has made the news with this type of action. But to be honest, Squaddy had become very popular with his actions, unfortunately, because he's there to serve and protect, but my friends in 85 group would say he's really serve and protect in another way, and it's very unfortunate that he was caught and this was exposed. The bantering continues. It seems like Squaddy have some real talent. Yes, he has some talent apart from being a police officer. But the story is that Squaddy is a married deacon in the church and has his family, wife, and all that. and he committed a sin, yes, adultery with someone else in a car. So this is one of the things they have been highlighting. Jack Mackerel with his fingers in his mouth, licking and saying, she asked him if it tastes good, and he said, yes, it tastes good like Roman raisin ice cream. Oh boy. Yeah, Squatty really, has shown up himself, in this aspect. But in all fairness to Squatty, I don't think the total blame should be entirely on Squatty. Yes, I think the lady should take some of the blame. Because the fact of the matter is that she was there also, enjoying herself, and she was the one who was videotaping the game, the act that he was performing on her. But this is going to go on for a while. But my thing is this: is just that I would say we got people who love to use these video things and video themselves and all that. This goes to show that you can't be careless with your actions. I heard now the squad is being put on leave. I hope they don't fire him. It's a sexual encounter. She was appeasing a lady in her car, and unfortunately, it was videotaped. And now he's become viral. He's become a viral sensation on the internet and social media in Jamaica and around the world. But it's just unfortunate thing, and I hope that he will retain his job, and also I hope that Squatty will learn his lesson. I thought my friend, I would say that his video was very can use for training too. For some of those men who want God themselves Squatty was very proficient and efficient and organized and professional in his job. But all fun aside, the men and women, I'm asking you that please not to expose that. That was supposed to be a private thing, and everything went viral and exposed him. And now he's in, unfortunately, suicide watch. 'Cause when you're a deacon in a church and you have your wife and married and you have kids, then you become the laughing stock, even if you're off your church. But I hope that his family will surround him, give him the support, and church members, and we must be respect his privacy to go through whatever he's going through, and keep a close eye on this situation, because I hope that these things can either make or break a man. Yeah, in this situation. But let's hope that he can move along with it, and also hope that it will pass and he get back to his normal life. The whole fact of the matter is he has become international. But as I would say, things will pass. It shall pass. And all that too. And that's one of the things that as men and women, when you have in your private moments, it's not good to video everything. It's not good to video anything, period, I should say. Because the phones, the phones now, these data you can't erase. All they erase is still stored somewhere in the back end. And if people get a hold of the phone being discarded, they can bring up back the data or rebuild it back. So please, my brothers and sisters, just be careful of how you entertain the video. Make sure you select what your video or whatever. I'm not talking sexual encounter, anything in general. But this now is a powerful tool where you can expose, you can embarrass, you can wreck people, careers, and all that. And it's just unfair to really hurt someone that way. I've seen other videos of encounters and with girls and boys and with me actually with men and all that doing outrageous, outrageous things. And I'm wondering, I've seen it in Jamaica, but I'm seeing it here in the U.S. But difference between here and the U.S. is that the U.S. kind of, in a sense, use the opportunity to make money, and that's a fact. Yeah, they use the opportunity to make money, and use the opportunity to capitalize, gain some attraction. And I can bet you, if Squad video was here, he was here. Trust me. I can guarantee that Squad will making some money. He might get a publicist and get a manager right away. Because of the video, in the video he demonstrated and give a good example of how to perform oral sex on a lady to make her happy. And I tell people, I tell my friends, that video can be used as a demo for men who don't know or who want to learn. You know, although it's a derogatory in terms of the society norms or exposing a man that way because he's in police. He's a constable. But, you know, we can't beat him up. We got to support him. We got to show him love. We got to keep him fun and just listen. Mr. Riley, you understand? He made an error. Let's keep moving. But please don't put yourself and your family, you know, and I think that the matrimonial home has been hurt, especially I know the wife will be mad now. But I know other people, I've seen other videos where ladies say, yes, they're married, we want you because that's what some ladies want, you know. That kind of sexuality and those excitement they want in their life, or it might have been lacking, you know. And Squaddy has shown the excitement in that form. And some women will want that, some women will love it, someone will always cherish that. Because I know that, you know, I can go into it, some women will complain that they don't get what Squaddy did, they don't get at home. I never have experienced something like that. You know, I want to laugh, but yes, I got to laugh, but that's the facts. I know that lady will say, yes, Squaddy is great. I wish I want like Squaddy. That's how it is. You know, as they say in the world of sex sells, and you know, and what Squaddy did, yeah, it's going to sell, and it's going to be a big topic in Jamaica. I heard, you know, that Miss Kitty have it already on our show, so I know that there will be more opportunity. Other people will talk maybe on TV shows and all that. But you know, let's say one thing about media in Jamaica. Yes, before we move on, the media in Jamaica talk about. Squaddy was caught in an uncompromised position. Listen, my thing is this, you know, with the media, they try to spin things and put it away. It was an uncompromised position. The video was clear that the man was having oral sex. Why don't the media say that? Is it wrong to say it when we have the musics who do explicit things on here and all that? The media sometimes want to cover up things. Let's call it as it is. He was having oral sex. He was in a video having oral sex. Uncompromised. What is uncompromised position? Was he on top of the car? Was he on top of the seat? What is uncompromised position? These are things that I you know, the hypocrisy in media, because I know if it was maybe a politician do something or if the government do something, they're going to be at the government and talking about it. But you put the Squaddy catching uncompromised position. No, sir. Because he was seen in a viral video having oral sex. That's it. Unless the man who write article don't know what is oral sex, I mean, he uncompromised, he say my uncompromised position. But anyway, that's the media for me. The media sometimes they're full of BS and a crap on the behavior. So, but once again, I just hope Squaddy will get through this, and I hope that you get the support. You know, the psychological support and all that, and I'm his church to back him. I don't know how his matrimonial home will be, but I hope that, you know, the wife will stick with him and his family will stick with him and help him through this. You know, because no man is perfect. No one is perfect. And we all commit sins on this road. So we have to pray and him have to ask God for forgiveness, you know, and try to get some help or counseling if he really needs that for his sake and for his family. Because, you know, family is always first for me. Family is first and foremost. Anyway, move on to some other things. I really observe online and I see where the government of Jamaica is there was a rapid project of housing developments and all that in Jamaica, and I see the government has put some retargets, and I see people getting land titles, and I see people being, the prime minister, is opening a new housing scheme, and that's a positive sign. And I see where the NSG said that they entrust to do some community development and all that. Keep communities that have not been schemes that have not been upgraded. They're going to go in there, fixed up, spruced up, and all that. And I think the Jamaica Labour Party, our Andrew owners, has touched something critical, and they've realized, yes, they have realized that construction industry is a critical ingredient of economic development. Just like here in the United States, we talk about road development, new highways, new housing projects, yes, and that is critical because that industry creates a lot of jobs, and somehow it creates growth in an economy. So give credence to the Andrew Holness administration in realizing that the construction of houses can help to keep the economy generated, and that money now, which is in the NHT, the billions of dollars, is used in a proper way. Provide housing solutions for the ordinary Jamaican people who can't afford to live in jack cells or radials. So that's a good thing, and hopefully it will continue all over Jamaica, dealing with new communities and houses, because everybody wants to own a piece of the rock. Yes, everybody should integrally own a piece of the rock. But look, most important, when you own the rock, you have to make sure you take care of it, because guess what? It doesn't make sense to build all these houses and the houses are not being taken care of. And I've seen so many examples of that. And people just live in the house, don't try to improve their house, don't try to expand on it, don't try to, make it more attractive, to bring on the value of it. Because, trust me, the maintenance of a home can cost, if you have a home which is over 15, 20, it can cost at least $100,000 or more. You might have to look at painting, because what happens that some people, they get a house and they just don't take care of it. And so poor people are showing a class. That's not true. Poor people need to be pointed to the correct way of doing things. And that's why I say a couple of weeks back that the Tivoli Gardens and the Arnett Gardens, the Garrison community, start redevelopment in their tech departments and paint them up, fix them up, put some green space, put some in the plazas there with the KFC, the Burger King zone there. Because I know it will make a difference. People just want to be shown the right. Some people don't know better because of what? The lack of education, the lack of knowing how, because they're born in the ghetto and they have not elevated themselves through education. The few who come from the ghetto do a form of elevation and they grow. They think for a better life for themselves and their family. So the housing projects, trust me, keep going on, Joe Honest. Build as much houses. The thing about it is that hopefully with these development community projects and housing solutions that are being presented, it will create, I must say, hopefully it will create, yes, I hope it will create a more, it will eliminate the squatting issue. People go upon people longer live and all. I hope that it will totally eliminate the squatting. And that's what we need to do in Jamaica. So I hope that it will continue. And I hear that there are projects in Kingston, over the country, that the NHT is pushing. Good project. Because guess what? It keeps the economy going. It creates jobs, keep people in jobs. It does a lot. And it also at the sprouts the economy too, in effect. And that's a good thing. So good luck and Jonas on that. Let's talk about a little bit about sports in Jamaica. I see last week where the J3A kept its first, it was given green light, and they kept the events. And I heard that all events were a success. I think the first vice president Ian Forbes was talking about that even the 6 meets and everything was there, and the review so far has been positive. I told a long time the government was not thinking through the process, because if they were thinking through this process, sports could have resumed long ago, a long time ago, in a safe environment, following protocols and doing the right things. to keep everyone safe through the coronavirus. And now, guess what? It's, it is so unfortunate. And now the virus has skyrocketed, has started to go up rapidly. And now the government has to put in place curfew again, put in restrictions again in terms of funerals and work from home orders for public sector workers, and asking the private sector to ask their workers to stay home and work if possible, asking closing down, shutting down the country at 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I should say. Yeah, from 8 to 5 a.m. for the next 3 weeks. And it is so unfortunate. And it boils down back to lack of discipline. The discipline of our Jamaican people has really cost them this round again of curfew and restriction, which is very unfortunate. They don't want to restrict nobody. But the people of Jamaica can't understand. That's what happened. But going back to sports, the J3 start, and it started out. So all have to continue with the same rigorous protocols and guidance, and so people can do sports every week. Yes, that's what we need. Sports to start back. The only thing I'm disappointed with right now is that I'm not seeing where the Jamaica Premier League is going to start. I can't see it starting anytime soon. Because now this is March. How much if they start now, how many months will the Premier League take? Because we're talking about Gold Cup. And the thing about Gold Cup and all that, and players' livelihoods is over 1 year. The Premier League has been suspended, and it can't resume. The national team often needs to have a period with more needs local players. And now I'm seeing that even in social media, there's a list of foreign players. Potential foreign players that want to come play with the Reggae Boys. Listen, based on what is going on, to be honest, I don't know when the Premier League football is going to start. I don't know when they're going to start training. Does it really make sense at this stage of March? It's March. No, to start the Premier League, to finish when? When only 3 months tournament, 4 months tournament, where they're going to play through the summer. When every other league is wrapping up, should the Jamaica Premier League be playing during the time? I tell you, the government of Jamaica have really dropped the ball. I'm not mixing, because they should have even started. I've started the process of getting sports up and running. From January. Put things in play, protocol. Now there's a spike again. What are you going to do? You're going to blame sports? You can't blame sports. Blame the people who are in this, and blame yourself, because you are the ones who are in charge of this coronavirus. You're going to say about vaccine. Every other country, every other sport start with certain protocols. If people want sport, let them put the protocols in place. No, the Premier League is going to suffer. I guarantee you. How long can it play for? Tell me, what's the real system is going to start? April and May, when most seasons finish, and move on. How you going to tell the players who dependent on the football to live? How are you going to pay them bills? $10,000 going to give them what? $10,000 can't help them? It just doesn't make no sense. And I'm sorry, I'm biased right now. The Kings of Race are started from last year, September, October. Yes, they started. Race are started from last year, September, October, and it's been going on now. What? The Premier League or the football don't have, and track and field don't have no No purpose to. It's not bringing revenue to the coffers of the government. That's why it's important. That's all. Yeah, I keep adding things to my own thoughts about or I'm disappointed in the response of the government to get sports started. Disappointed. And when people start to ball out now, them start moving like, oh yes, I'm talking. No, this should have been resolved, should have been prepared, should have been put forward to the organization to start back sports in a safe environment for them protocols. Now you have taken away opportunities for the local football players to get even a contract going down the road, even to get into the national team going down the road. And the government, you're not going to give them $1 because they're not send no bro, and they are not priority to you. Football, you have 10, you have all levels of semi-professional and professional in Jamaica. And some of these players, they live on it to feed their families. That's the point. I'm sorry, but it's just not. It just doesn't seem. I didn't vent a while because when I look at everything going on and other countries are trying to get its people up to move on and get this thing up, the vaccines coming. But if we operate in a safe environment where we wear the mask, washing and social distance, sports will start by a long time. Get people to monitor protocols. Because guess what? It's a livelihood of many from our kids to our adults. And that's my point. Doesn't matter whoever it is. Don't talk about control and talk about spike. The spike came. The spike just started coming. So why was it? If sports started already, you could have taken, you could have either stopped the sport and then come back a break and come back again. But no, you guys holding back. Now it's January and you got champs coming up in May, I don't know, April or May. Me said we met. You run after me certain times, the Olympics coming up. Make no sense to me. And then if you talk against the government, you feel like, oh, you're not getting. It's just illogical. The virus is here. If the protocols are met and it's keeping the safe record, people need sports to live and survive, to socialize, to keep the mind away from certain things. That's why this is my perspective. I believe if sports are started on TV a lot, you know what would happen? A lot of people will stay home watching track and field, watching the racers, watching football on TV. Because guess what? It is there. The eyes need it. Social media would have taken over. The TVs would have, the radios would have, the comment. People would be in control. The virus would be in control. Maybe they wouldn't have so much spike right now. Lack of foresight. Inept competence by the government. Sorry, I'm not. It's just how I feel. I waste enough time on this, but I had to feel. I had to talk how I feel about it. And now, move on to the curfew. No, there's a spike. No, the government come out and say you have to lock down again for 3 weeks, put more restrictions, funeral restriction, all these gatherings and all that. And then people in the industry, they call the funeral home start crying. What are you crying for? What are you crying? If you had asked to try to instigate mask wearing at the funerals and all that, you understand? You can't come inside the place. The thing about it has to be a collective responsibility of the nation to grab this thing and suppress it. The government alone can't do it. You're going to put I want restriction. If the people don't take social responsibility for themselves and the family, the virus will always be a problem until the vaccine comes. And that's a fact. All I can say to my Jamaican peeps, please wear a mask, wash your hands regular, social distance. If you can't do that, if the virus don't complain because you wasn't doing it. And that's just a fact. And if Andrew want to cut the curfew again and it's working, for despite down, so may be it. But I'm just angry and upset that football them can't live. At least athletics start now, but football them can't live. But that's my take on that. And the curfew thing, 3 weeks, is just too much for me. And that's my take on it though. But once again, I see that housing going good and all that. And we just need more cooperation from everybody to make sure, we do what we have to do to make sure our livelihood is protected and the people of Jamaica are protected from the coronavirus. So I'm going to take a break and come back. I got a 3 minutes break. I'm going to play a little clip here, right here. Where I saw on TikTok about the Mr. Squaddy. I hope you enjoy it. It's not much, but it's like a 50 seconds clip, and then I'll come back again and then we play. I'll come back for the last segment where we'll talk about USA and sports in general. And, and I do a rap. So enjoy this little clip. It's a Jamaican guy talking about the Squaddy and Andrew Holness. And then I'll play a song. I'm going to play one of my songs, Mr. Coronavirus.
2021 now go on good at all. I just March and it come like say half a year done. First thing, party price raise and the party them a get smaller. Wedding can go on, but funeral can't keep. At times like these, we should have won a parlor. See there now, Squaddy in a theme uniform a dive. Mama ask him where it tastes like him say ice cream. Mama say which flavor my dog is live up here and say Roman raisin. One night time Squaddy lay down in a tunash me I say Squaddy you now come up feel clear me general. Squaddy come like a force him for turn police like a wonder what time did one go walk. And Holness him no come like him have problems a female. Boy, from election day him just grumpy so every day him come with a new curfew.
People are afraid, they are petrified. It have them locked up in a them house, them don't want to go outside. All of the clubs and pubs locked down, I can't even dance to my champion sound, but I stay strong. Ready for self-isolation, Sean. Now we under attack, drones from out of space. So if you're going out, put gloves on, put a mask over your face. Me all a wrap up my dreadlocks and bring my cleansing cream with me. Maintain a good personal hygiene and stay 3 meters away from me. So I say go straight out the door. Coronavirus, you're not welcome anymore. Were you the one who tried to make me lay down and die? You think I'd grumble? You think I'd lay down and cry? I will survive. I will survive. Just as long as I know how to live, I know I'll stay alive. Clean out your house good, disinfect and sterilize. I've got my Silk Bang, Domestos and my P-Rum by my side. Hope and pray the NHS don't fall apart. Big up the doctors and the nurses, we keep them in our thoughts. All those hours that them working just to keep people alive. Maximum respect due to all of you. My heart is full of pride. Now you see me say respect you. I'm not that selfish person in that supermarket queue. So if you feel like pushing past vulnerable people and I see all that anger that's inside, you don't want to upset me. So I say go straight out the door. Coronavirus, you're not welcome anymore. Were you the one who tried to hurt me with your lies? You think I'd grumble? You think I'd lay down and cry? Oh no, not I will survive, yeah. As long as I know how to live, I know I will survive. People, clean out your house good, disinfect and sterilize. I've got my Silk Bang, Domestos and my P-Rum by my side. So if just like me, you have lost good friends, And you don't know if it's corona or government and murder them. Hello? One thing I know, just make sure you not end up in a hospital. Me nah go make no doctor joke me. Me nah take no vaccination. So I say go straight out the door. Coronavirus, you're not welcome anymore. People, clean out your house good, disinfect and sterilize. I've got my silly bang, domestos and my bayrum by my side. Now they say that domestic abuse is on the increase because of all them dirty liars and them bedroom cheats. True lockdown, them can't sneak out, and their lover is all alone, so they keep texting, sending messages to your mobile phone. Your partner find out, and them get vexed. Them sip your naked picture, worse than that, them read them intimate text. Oh, but just like Shaggy, you tell them, no, it wasn't me. No, you see how this corona causing pure misery. So she say, go, sleep on the floor. As far as she's concerned, you're not gonna get her zoom zoom anymore. She treat you good, she treat you like a king and a man. And just because you couldn't keep your little something in your pants, so I say go straight out the door. Coronavirus, you're not welcome anymore. Were you the one who tried to make me lay down and die? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? No, to all those shopkeepers who are going to thief. What was £1.99 is £3.45 this week. Oh, now let me send out a little warning to all of them. I will send for all my friends, thief out your things and share with them. So I say go straight out the door. Coronavirus, you're not welcome anymore. Clean out your house good, disinfect and sterilize. I've got my silly bang, domestos and my bayrum by my side. I will survive, I will survive, yeah. As long as I know how to live, I know I'll stay alive. Hey, clean out your house good, disinfect and sterilize. I've got my silly bang, domestos and my bayrum by my side. So I say go.
This is a Friendly Fire production.
Yes, Facebook fan, welcome to my perspectives. Last segment of the show. That's what I want to tell you now. I'm on YouTube Live. Yes, I'm just trying to stop in life with technology. That's the way to welcome my YouTube viewer, my first viewer there. Get one viewer there. Want to welcome my viewer on YouTube, and also all my friends on Facebook and my Facebook page, my perspective. I want to welcome you to the last segment of my perspective. Time must fly so fast, but I just want to talk about certain things. I'm going to talk about USA now in North America here. Let's talk about a few things that is happening, in the US. Yesterday we got some good news. Yes, we got some good news for the President Biden, that he has ramped up the Production Act, and Johnson and the company has joined forces that will, he said, by end of May, there will be vaccination for all people of the United States of America. I'm looking forward to getting my vaccination. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I hope to see some normalcy, come back to the USA. We're looking forward to the summer. We're looking forward to activities like football, American flag football. We're talking about track and field, and picnics, barbecues, and all. We missed those things. Last year it was all pandemic. We were locked away, and so we're looking forward to that. Everyone in America will be vaccinated. And it's good news, And I hope that my hometown country will be able to get even there another million people vaccinated soon too. Because there's some level, the indiscipline Jamaica has to try to curb that. But in North America, yes, we expect it to have everybody vaccinated by the end of May. Woo! I'm happy for that. I'm all for that. But, just talk about the government, stay on topic of the government. Last weekend I saw ex-president Trumpy. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Trumpy, I call him, man. Trumpy, yes. You know, he was out there giving his speech again. Oh, my word. He's just not going to all conspiracy theories, all the BS. And then when saying the interview these people, like, okay, yeah, they're all saying Trump is the best man. He was cheated out of the election, and there's no proof. And you know what drives me so much is just that to realize that this, you know, there's the people on the righteous side and people on the unrighteous side of the world. And you know the Bible speaks of them, but it's a living testimony for the last 4 or 5 years. And for me personally, as a black man, and my family, son who are all blacks, I hope that real meaningful changes will take place. You know, I see there's something going on out there that, you know, they're looking for diversity now in certain things that show the Bachelor. My wife watches it a lot. She's to watch it. I would like to say I don't watch it because there was never yet a black bachelorette or bachelor on that show. From day one, always white. And trust me, I know so there are some black bachelor and bachelorettes out there eligible for that show. And I watch it and now I see the host with insensitive remarks about, you know, black bachelorette or whatever history he has stepped aside, and now they will have a new host which is a black, and I hope he does well, because you know it's all about in this business, TV business, it's all about ratings, you know, and who can bring out viewers and all that to the show and bring out different vibes. Yes, different vibes, because they now bring the rating, the show going to shut down. I can't tell it straight. So to be honest, I prefer the mix and all that. But, you know, in reality is that, you know, there's still a lot of things to be trashed out, to be worked. And my brother, the White Getty said to me that, you know, that things sometimes is still in a work in progress. That's a fact. It's still in a work in progress. And, you know, people will have to understand that it's going to take some time for things to really be normal again, and people getting their life in order. Yeah, and that's what it is. You know, that's what it is. It's going to take a lot of time for things to be really back to a level. You know, and if people can't see, you know, the worth or growth in terms of integration. I'm sorry why I was distracted. That, you know, there have to be a level of mixture in terms of equality in social justice and justices for all, whether you're black, white, and Asian. You know, you even mentioned last week that there was some issue with you know, that the Asian community are facing, and now it's slashing, the stabbing of the Asian community being attacked, and you know. The NYBD now is with the different organization came about to really assist the Asian community, which is good, very good. So that is good, and I really like that we must support each other. Supporting each other's in times of trouble for each community is very important. Where they come from, Puerto Rico, you're Asian, you're black, you're Jamaican, wherever you come. But when the community is hurting, the most important thing is to rally around the situation. Rally around. Everybody come and rally around. Moving on, next is a crisis that's facing, you know, Mr. Andrew Cuomo. Yes, Andrew Cuomo. I talk about these people, you know, Andrew Cuomo. You know, Andrew Cuomo has his issues right now with sexual harassment, and I keep it real. He felt that because of his popularity or his power, he believed that he could approach any woman and say anything in any manner to them, or even attempt to throw a kiss or to try to say certain things to them, and it will be okay. No, Andrew Cuomo. This is what happened with men with power. Yes. Men who have so much power and who is 63 is single, he feel that yes, I can get any woman, I can say anything. No, Andrew Cuomo, you're wrong, totally wrong. But as I said, the district attorney of New York will be doing investigations. He has also endorsed an investigation for the district attorney to the investigation. But my thing is this: he always says common sense to do things, but he didn't have common sense, saying things to certain ladies or implying or trying to use your power to run jokes or say things is just not, it was not common sense. You just made an ass of yourself. That's a fact. No, you're facing, they've stripped you of your emergency power right away for COVID-19. People are asking for your resignation. And I always say this: when you're granted power, absolute power, you have to remain humble. Because when people have absolute power, trust me, it can take you over. And then you believe you're a demigod, you're untouchable, you can say and do things without any form of consequences. And the American society is changing now that everything becomes so sensitized. The media over sensationalize things and highlighting the whole this thing about sexual harassment. And there are warnings that sexual harassment of any form, bullying of any form, is no more accepted in the American society. Should Andrew Cuomo resign? I don't know. Does this type of action warrant that he resign over? I'm not sure. But the real situation is that sexual harassment, bullying is no more an accepted norm in the American society, because what happened is that it affects a man or a woman or a child, whether it's bullying, whether it's sexual harassment in any form to any woman, it's affect them mentally. And this is what we as men have to understand. Gone by the days when we could use our force to try to dictate, but no. I never thought of using the force. If a woman said no, I know. If you want to have if you want to have a conversation, if you want to say you like her, and you gotta have a game on. If you have a game on, you have a game on. If you don't like your game, you keep it moving. And these are what we find with men in authority. That's how they get their sexual favors. They control women because they have power through money and power through position. That's how they do things. And we have seen it clearly in the past where we done a job with the power of position, how we deal with things. Even before he became president, his power position made him able to angle a woman, have sex with women and all that, while he was married to. Yeah. And these are the things that we have to look at. And this is what it says, that this whole thing about sexual harassment must be dealt with in a better way. Men of power must understand that you can't just talk, say, run jokes. You gotta be mindful of your point. What? Hey, who am I? I'm just a social commentator. But for me personally, I show respect to all women, whether they're Asian, black, Puerto Rican, whatever. And don't get it twisted. Women are not perfect. No one is perfect. And men are not perfect too. But we must be cognizant of where we are, who we are talking to, how we relate. Because the bottom line is that if we don't, then you're always going to hear about sexual harassment. And this is a serious thing. And that's a fact. Wow, time has really fly. I got 4 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 4 minutes to go. Wow. My perspective, I know, I've tried my best to keep it short, but, tonight I had to talk about something which were burning issues on my mind and all that. So, but I just want to say that I want to thank you for joining me on my YouTube page. My Perspective YouTube page is there now. I got my Facebook, My Perspective page, and my personal page where I have my face. So, we're taking our time to build things, and my thing, I'm trying to work on my interviews. I got some interviews I want to do, but The technology is beating me. Yes, it's beating me. It's beating me, my family. I'm having issues with getting my, I want to go live with something, but I'm totally scared of certain technology use because, if you don't go live, you become a flop. But, you know, I'm working on it. I'm still learning. But hopefully you see some live interviews in the very near future. But I just want to say thanks to you all for joining me tonight, on my perspective. So I am going to talk about sports, but let me touch on it for a minute before I go. I just want to talk about NBA. The All-Star is coming up. And, after the All-Star, I'm going to do my interview with my guru, Rob Logie. He's going to be a part of it. And I'm going to invite my another brother from another mother, Dwight, to be a part of that after the panel discussion about after the All-Star week. I think it's this week in the All-Star, and it's very interesting. I want to see I think it's a one-night event, one night. But I hope that it will keep. The NBA so far has picked up, and it's entertaining, it's fun. The ratings are still there. But what is the most important thing about it is that I'm watching my Brooklyn team, and this team is awesome. But it's one thing I'm still scared of. They're just a shooting team. I'm not sure about defensive wise. So hopefully by the playoffs they will demonstrate some level of defensive duties and responsibilities. Because it's all about, they always say defense wins championship. You always win have offense, but defense is a critical component that brings you championship. And that's just a fact. And we need to make sure that it is an ingredient, a part of the Brooklyn Nets. Just touch on looking forward to watching the West Indies play Sri Lanka. I think it is a T20 tournament. I'm not sure if it's going to be a test series. I got to get myself updated with that. To be honest, it has been years I've been not following West Indies because of disappointments. We keep on in the ranks of 9 and 10. It's just not. I don't accept it. But I will follow the series. I think I'm going to watch an ESPN Plus. So they have a lot of things that carry. It comes on that. So hopefully we see it on that. Hopefully, if it's there. But in final, I see that Mr. Watt, DJ Watt, the big tight end defender, is going to sign a contract soon. I don't remember which football club he was going, but with football team in America he was going. But I wish him all the best. He's a good defender, yeah. He was one of the Houston Texans, and he was a very good defender. He's a top line defender. I wish he would come to New York Jets, but unfortunately he's going somewhere else. He sent a good deal. I'll have the information for you next week. So once again, my Facebook family and my friends on my first view on YouTube, I want to tell you thank you for tuning in on My Perspective Live. And I hope to see you next week Wednesday again at 8 p.m. US and Jamaica time, where we'll discuss more things and our views and all that. And I will speak my mind and share my thoughts on certain things. But I want to emphasize once again, please, please be safe. Just remember to wear a mask. Yeah, please wear a mask. If you can't wear 2 now, recommended by the CDC, wear 2 masks. If you want to wear 1, that's up to you. 2 masks. Wash your hands regular. And social distancing. And remember to keep your family safe. And keep yourself, most importantly, safe. And make sure that, you keep on doing the right things in your life. Because we know there's challenges. But stay focused. And remember that you are important. You understand? And remember to love yourself first. Yes, I said love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself first, you can't help other people. And no matter whatever challenge you face, remember, stay calm. It's not easy. Because we all have our own different personality. But stay calm. And just work it through. Because I know for sure it shall pass. So once again, my YouTube family, Facebook family, good night. Stay safe. One love. Peace out.
Facebook family. And this time it's my show. Get out of here. My show tonight. And we're going to do soccer first, television second,
Yeah.
and phone third.
All right, let's go.